Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daria. If you are new here, welcome. Today's yoga practice is called Earth Flow. So this class, this style of moving is very nourishing and very sweet. We're continuing with the January theme of sustainable strength. And for this class, the focus of finding strength will be sort of from the outside in, actually pulling and gathering the strength that exists from the earth up into our bodies and finding that deep rooted, anchored sort of feeling. So all that you'll need for this class is yourself and someplace to move. And when you're ready, let's get into it. Let's get started just by finding a comfortable seat. So you can be in Sukhasana here like this, or if you'd prefer, you're welcome to sit up on your knees. Wherever you are, go ahead and soften your hands down to your thighs with the palms facing down and sweetly close your eyes. Try to close your eyes as softly as a raindrop falls onto the earth. Begin to connect to your body in this moment, starting to go internally, becoming more aware of any expressions or sensations that are moving in your physical space today. And begin to deepen the breath and allow your sitting bones to surrender deeply to gravity. Let your knees fall wide. And then from the rooted anchor points of your sitting bones, begin to grow your spine really tall, lifting all the way up through the crown of your head. Broaden your collarbones and soften your shoulders away from your ears. Begin to notice what's going on in your mental space today, noticing the thoughts as they arise. And if you find yourself now or throughout this practice becoming stuck on one specific thought that keeps coming through, let's practice imagining that you could box up that thought. Just wrap it away and then place it somewhere that's out of your awareness. So maybe in a cabinet somewhere or a closet, just saving it for later, and know that your mind will continue to work through it in the background, but it doesn't need to be the focus of your awareness right now. And so once you've placed that thought aside, go ahead and actually walk away from the space where you've placed the thought in your mind. Visualize yourself leaving that physical space, and then find your way somewhere outside. And this can be anywhere that feels especially calming or nourishing for you. Could be someplace tropical or beachy, or maybe a forest, maybe snowy, whatever comes to mind. And then imagine yourself sitting in that space outdoors, right here in this easy seat. Feel the earth soften beneath you. And begin to breathe deeply up your spine. So the breath travels from your sitting bones, your tailbone, through the low back, the middle back, the upper back, into the back of your throat, the back of your skull, and finally up through the crown of your head. Then exhale back down that same channel from crown of head all the way down to your sitting bones. Continue breathing in this way, deepening the breath, pulling the earth up as you inhale. And let it wash back down your spine as you exhale. And you can connect Ujjayi breath, cultivating the inhales and exhales through your nose with a slight constriction in the back of your throat. And as you breathe in, imagine that the breath and the earth that you're drawing up through your spine has a quality of golden light. So it can soften anything that it touches. And allow this light to start permeating your full body, softening, removing any sense of discomfort, and allowing you to feel strengthened and glowy. Take one more breath here, in through the nose, and out through the nose, big release. You can drop the visual But try to keep this space with you as we flow. Keep this feeling, the sensation of pulling earth up on your inhales and letting it wash through you on your exhales. Begin to blink your eyes open. We'll find our way up to hands and knees. So the shoulders are above the wrists. The knees are hips distance apart. And from here, we'll walk it all the way forward out to extended puppy. So the fingertips can glide forward, and then either the forehead or the chest and the chin can drop to the earth. Take what you need. And try not to force anything or go into any kind of superficial depth, but rather allow your body to relax into the shape. Imagining that you're made of clay and that the breath can soften and mold you into this space. If the forehead is down, can you press the third eye into the earth and start to feel like it's being pulled downward, magnetized toward gravity? And if the heart is down, the same idea, melted into the earth. Soften between your shoulders. Keep pressing down into your palms and your fingertips. And let's take one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Begin to press down and walk the palms all the way back in, stacking them beneath your shoulders. Press into the left hand. Take an inhale to sweep your right fingertips up toward the sky, twisting your heart toward the right side of the mat. As you exhale, thread the right shoulder all the way down to the mat and the right cheek. Good. Take an inhale, find your twist again, right fingertips sweep toward the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, twist, right shoulder down, right cheek down. One more like this, flowing with the breath. Inhale, right fingertips high. Exhale, and this time we'll pause and stay threading the needle. And so try to really drop your head, and then you can press into the left palm to encourage the twisting action in the thoracic spine. And that might feel good to stay right there. You can also play with gliding the left palm forward to the top of the mat, feeling more into the compression and the settling down into right shoulder. One final option is to sweep left fingertips all the way up and around, trying to hook them to the inside of right thigh for this little half bind. And if you take the bind, peel your left shoulder open. And let's all soften the jaw, soften the cheeks, the sinuses, the eyes. Just drop. Re-anchor left palm beneath left shoulder. Take an inhale, counter twist, sweep the right fingertips high. Exhale, back to tabletop. On your inhale, press the right palm down. Sweep left fingertips high. Exhale, thread the needle. Left shoulder goes through, left cheek comes down. Inhale, rise up with the breath. Left fingertips reach toward the sky. Exhale, cross it through and relax. One more like this. Inhale, sweep high toward the sky. Open your heart. Exhale, twist and surrender. Left shoulder, left cheek to the mat. And find any variation that feels good in your body. Maybe staying with right palm down. Maybe reaching forward or taking the bind. And you can also take a couple breaths in each of these spaces, pausing just to feel the effects and the different sensations that come from these subtle shifts. Feel left shoulder pressing to the earth, and then feel a softening action all the way down the left arm, soften left hand and all of your fingers. One more breath here. Release right palm down to the mat. Inhale to sweep the left fingertips high. Exhale, let's find tabletop once again. Now here, imagine that both of your hands are like plugs. So all four corners of the palm have those little outlet things, the things that go into the outlet. And in the earth, there's a space for the palms to plug right into there. So if that makes sense, plug in all four corners of your palms so you can be really, really anchored. Take an inhale. Let's find a couch shape in the spine. The butt reaches back and the heart's pulling toward the top of the mat. As you exhale, claw through your fingertips, dig down into your toenails, hollow through your front body, and lift the back of your heart toward the sky. Couple more cat-cows, moving at your own pace, and as always, feel free to add in any organic movement here. You might move laterally, opening through the ribs, maybe shift forward and back. You can spin the fingers back to face towards your thighs to open through the forearms and the wrists. Anything you want. There's no rules, there's no boundaries. Come back to steady neutral tabletop. And then step the left toes all the way back behind you to the back of your mat and float the left leg away from the earth in line with your hips. Now press into the left palm. Once again, imagine that it's really super plugged in and stretch your right fingertips forward. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, simultaneously circle right arm and left leg out so that they're aligned laterally with shoulder and hip. Awkward airplane. Take a breath here, extend and reach through the lines, and then exhale, revolve it back, right arm forward, left toes back. Inhale. Exhale, revolve out to the side. Try to let the arm and the leg move in harmony so they're going at exactly the same rate. Inhale here. Exhale, hover all the way back to the top and back of the mat. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, awkward airplane, extend and reach longer. Exhale, ride the breath back. Right arm forward, left toes back, and then release back to tabletop. Right palm down, left knee lowers. Now, the right toes step to the back of the mat. Take an inhale. On your exhale, engage, activate the right glute to lift the leg in line with the hips. Press into right palm. Stretch the left fingertips to the top of the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, glide open, right toes out to the side, left fingertips out to the side, align and hold, just like an airplane flying, hovering. Inhale. Exhale, glide all the way back to where you began. Take an inhale. Exhale, sweep it out, open wide. Inhale here, press right index finger mound to the mat. Exhale, glide it back. Left arm forward, right toes back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, awkward airplane. Open it up. Expand and reach longer and longer and longer. Good. Left arm forward, right toes back, and then find your tabletop. And that was probably the most challenging movement that we'll take in today's practice, so awesome job. Let's tuck the toes behind. Take an inhale, and on an exhale, we'll press back to downward facing dog. Take a couple of moments here to pedal the feet. You can rock the hips from side to side. And you can step the feet as wide as the mat for a couple of breaths to really elongate through the spine, especially the low back. But take anything that you need. Articulate through the feet, press the tops of the feet down, and play with maybe some movement that you've never tried before here. And now once again, imagine that your hands and your feet are like plugs that are anchoring you to the earth. Like these receptors that are constantly seeking to root you more deeply. Then from those points, feel like a rush of the earth up through your limbs, all the way to your pelvic floor, infusing your body with the energy of the earth. Try to spin your biceps to the top of your mat and wrap your triceps back. So this encourages the external rotation in the shoulder blades and can help you to really feel like you're kind of screwing your hands down, staying really stable in the shoulders. On your next inhale, press into the left toes and sweep your right leg high, three-legged down dog. As you exhale, lift the left heel, hug right knee to chest, and then softly step through to the top of the mat. Soften your left knee down. As you inhale, we'll rise, Anjaneyasana. Sweep the fingertips up overhead. Pull your feet toward each other. As you exhale, cactus your elbows, flex the right toes. Begin to glide the hips back toward the left heel, but pull your heart to the top of the mat. Now let your fingertips reach back behind you. It's like you're bowing toward the earth, bowing over the right thigh. So it's like a half splits shape, but a little more active. Pull your feet together to stabilize, squeeze belly button to spine. Take another inhale to elongate back through your inner thighs and reach forward through the crown of your head. Good, then exhale, step back forward into the right foot. On your inhale, the left knee stays lowered. We'll open it up for a twist. So the right fingertips reach back and the left fingertips go forward. Take another inhale here. As you exhale, you can slightly settle the hips down and forward, but try to avoid just totally collapsing into the hip joints. Inhale, all 10 fingertips reach toward the sky. Let's twist the other way. So the left fingertips reach back and the right fingertips reach forward. The pelvis can settle. One breath here. Take your gaze back to follow the left fingertips, but keep driving the left hip bone forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise, all 10 fingertips high. And then exhale, press into your feet. Hover your left knee away from the mat. Keep the left leg pretty bent here, and you can release the right palm to the top of right thigh. I'll take a big psoas stretch. Begin to reach your left arm all the way up and over until you begin to feel the front of the left hip really, really stretching out. If this is intense, which it can be, just breathe into it. And you can always back off if you need. And trying to avoid ever feeling a sensation that's overwhelmingly uncomfortable. One more breath here. Good. Softly land the left knee back down to the mat. Two options here for a quad stretch. Option one, release the left palm down to the outer edge of the mat. Then circle the right arm all the way around and see if you can grab for the top of the left foot here. Finding connection and then pulling the heel toward the sitting bone, maybe revolving the heart up toward the sky. Second option is to keep the right hand anchored to the top of right thigh, or you can lower to the elbow and grab for the top of left foot with left hand. So find what works best for you. And if you're finding it difficult to reach for the foot with the hand, if you have a yoga strap or something similar, a belt maybe, you can always hook that around the foot, anchor it there, and then gently pull your heel in. And breathe into the sensations that you're feeling. Soften through the front of the left thigh. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. And release. Let's all find our way back with the fingertips stepped to the top of the mat. Press into the right foot, pick up the left knee, and we'll launch forward into standing L. So the left toes are stretching back. Take an inhale to pull your fingertips back towards your right toes as you reach your heart forward. On the exhale, deeply bend both knees. We're gonna cross the left leg outside of the right. So the top of the left foot comes down. We're lowering to this place where the right foot is stamped outside of the left thigh and both sitting bones root to the mat. Take your right fingertips back behind you. Inhale to reach up through left fingertips. Exhale, hook left elbow outside of right thigh, or if that's feeling like a lot, you can just kind of give yourself a hug here. Nice and easy twist. And let this twist be gradual. Let it take its time. Every time that you inhale here, with the sitting bones connected to the earth, can you feel again that rush, that rise of the earth up your spine? And then on the exhale, twist to spread that energy throughout your body. Belly button is hugging in and back. Maybe the gaze moves over the right shoulder for one more breath. Revolve back to face forward. And now we're gonna crawl the feet away from each other, coming into Gomukhasana, cow face. So the knees might be stacked or they might not be. Wherever you are, we're feeling a stretch into the outer hips, specifically the outer right hip. Anchor your fingertips down beside you. Actively flex through your toes and root the knife edges of both of your feet. Take a big breath to puff up through the heart. On the exhale, you can stay right here if you're feeling already quite a lot of sensation. If you'd like more, you can begin to fold forward. Slowly and sweetly allowing the breath to massage, dissolving tension from the outer right hip. As that outer right hip softens, feel as though the softening could spread all the way down your legs, through the feet and the toes, and then spread it up so that it meets your face, your jaw. Last breath here. Inhale through your nose. Exhale. What else can you release? What can you let go? Revolve back to face the top of your mat. Step into the right foot. Glide the left toes back behind you. Plant your palms down and we'll step to a high plank so the right toes will glide back. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, sink your knees down to the mat. Bend your elbows in towards your rib cage. Arc through the spine and melt your heart and your chin down. Untuck your toes. Press the tops of the feet down and ripple through to Cobra Bhujangasana. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes, press through hands and knees and glide back, downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here, massaging down the lines of the legs, down the spine. Notice any subtle differences between one side of your body and the other, without judging, just to notice, to be curious. On your next inhale, sweep the left leg high to three-legged down dog. As you exhale, softly step the left foot through between the thumbs and then lower your right knee to the mat as you come up to fingertips. Inhale, sweep your fingertips up, Anjaneyasana, kneeling warrior. As you exhale, cactus the elbows, flex the left toes, but dig the left heel down, then pull it back toward the right knee. So the left leg draws toward straight. It does not have to be fully straight. Fingertips go back behind you. The heart is stretching to the top of the mat from back to front. Imagine your heart as a spotlight and you want to shine it right onto the left toes. Take another inhale here to elongate. As you exhale, let's step back forward into the left foot. Sweep the fingertips high. Exhale and twist. The right fingertips go forward and the left fingertips go back. One breath here to deepen. Inhale, pull left foot and right knee toward each other. Exhale, keep that action. Melt your pelvis maybe slightly down and forward. Inhale, all of the fingertips rise. Exhale, twist the other way. The left fingertips go forward and the right fingertips go back, but both of the hips stay pointing toward the top of the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Fingertips rise, then press into your big toe mounds to hover the right knee away from the mat. And then softly land the left palm down to left thigh. Take an inhale to elongate. On the exhale, curl your body up and over toward the left top corner of the mat. Right bicep comes beside your ear, deep psoas stretch. Imagine that your tailbone is being pulled down toward the earth beneath you. Breathe into it. One more round. Find neutral in the spine and then lower the right knee back down. And now it's time for the quad stretch. So again, two options. Maybe the right palm comes down, circle the left arm all the way around to grab for the foot. And then pull the heel in towards sitting bone as you spiral your heart up toward the sky. Or left palm or elbow to left thigh. Kick the heel in and reach for it with the same hand. So totally up to you. And we'll take 3 more breaths here. And coming back to the elongated inhales and exhales. And let it be like brush strokes, like you're painting through the tension, painting through the sensation that you feel the most sort of urgently. Release your grip. Come back to face the top of the mat. All of your fingertips frame the left foot. Pick up the right knee. Inhale. Exhale, standing L, launch forward. Stretch your heart to the top of the mat as the right toes reach back. And then exhale, bend both of your knees, sinking top of right foot down, then the shin and the knee, so that the left foot is stamped outside of the right thigh. And we'll take the twist again. So as you inhale, left fingertips go back behind you, and the right fingertips reach up, growing super, super long through the spine. As you exhale, hook the right elbow outside of left thigh. Try to feel your sitting bones equally rooted, so both sides of the body are digging down with the same amount of intensity. Draw your belly in to revolve deeper. You can use the anchor point of elbow to outer thigh, also to twist and peel the left shoulder open. Gaze can go back over the left shoulder. And slowly unwind, coming out just the way that you came in. Crawl the feet away from each other. Gomukhasana. Maybe the knees stack, maybe not today. Wherever you are is great. The fingertips come down, elongate through your heart and your spine, and then stay maybe upright. And if you're feeling super open today, you can start to fold forward, deepening the sensation. And now as we stay here, allow yourself to just observe, just to watch as the tension melts away and changes. And it's so subtle that maybe you don't even notice that it's happening. It's like the way that light can change, like a sunset. And you don't notice always as it's happening, but there's a point at which it does enter your awareness and you can see the shift. Press down, rise up if you folded forward. Step the left foot to the top of the mat. Extend the right toes back behind you. Plant your palms and then glide the left foot back to high plank. Take an inhale. As you exhale, gently lower the knees, arc through the spine, and then bring chest and chin down. Let's pause here this time, just for a couple of breaths. And feel the heart digging down, feel the tailbone lifting. Good. Untuck your toes, ripple through to cobra. Inhale. Exhale, toes tuck. Come through hands and knees and press your way back to downward facing dog. Big inhale through your nose. Take a sigh out through your mouth. Let all of that rinse through. One more time. Inhale, gather any residue that has collected in your day, in your practice. On the exhale, just let it go. Big audible sigh. Sink to your knees, and then we'll come to a seat. Swing the legs forward to the top of the mat. Stamp the soles of your feet down and then reach the fingertips forward. As you exhale, we'll roll down to lie on our backs with a hollow belly as you transition. And then draw your heels in a bit closer towards your pelvis. Reach your arms down beside you with the palms flat to the earth. Take an inhale here, press the back of your head and the back of your heart down. As you exhale, root into your feet and begin to roll up your spine, one vertebra at a time, lifting the hips and the pelvis up toward the sky, stretching through the psoas, elongating, bridge. And the shoulders can tuck underneath you and maybe interlace your fingers, pressing the pinky sides of the hands down to the earth. Create a magnetization between your inner thighs. See if you can lift your hips a bit higher. And then allow the breath to flow all the way up into the heart space, opening through the chest. One more inhale. Exhale, untuck the shoulders and slowly roll all the way back down the spine, one vertebra at a time. Good. Hug your knees into your chest. Take them wide so that the thighs come outside of the ribs. And just do a little sway, a little rolling side to side, or you can make circles around the low back. Maybe making circles with the knees as well. Go in both directions if you do so. And then when you're ready, curl into yourself, finding a really tight hug. Forearms wrap around the shins, lift your shoulder blades, hug in. And gently release out to Savasana. Legs go wide, arms go wide, head drops, heart drops. Find a space that's comfortable for you and then get so still. And try to feel all the effects of gravity here, pulling you down, anchoring you toward the earth. As you stay and you rest, maybe come back to the space you found at the beginning of your practice, that beautiful outdoor space that was calming and nurturing for you. And so go there and feel the earth soften beneath you. And allow yourself to totally surrender, absorbing all of the effects of this practice today. Start to bring your awareness back. Focus on all the points of connection between the back line of your body and the surface beneath you. And from these points of connection, imagine that there's like little tiny firefly lights beginning to spark, inviting this reawakening, and then spread those lights through your body all the way up so that it comes through the top line as well. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then when you're ready, carry this energy with you as you stretch into a long stretch. The arms reach back and the toes go forward. Inhale. Exhale to fetal pose. Roll to one side and drop one more time. Let everything go. Head rests, palms rest. And press down and rise up to a seat. The eyes can stay closed if it's comfortable, or you can soften your gaze. Closing the practice right where we began, the palms face down on the thighs, the spine is long and the hips are heavy. Take a moment to observe, just to notice any shifts that have occurred in your emotional, physical, or mental spaces since we began this practice. And know that you always are able to return to this strengthening from the earth up, that it's always there for you, and that the visualization that you've created of this sanctuary space is also always available to you. Draw your palms to meet at your heart. Take an inhale to lift your heart up towards your brain, and then bow your chin toward your chest to seal the practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me today. I hope that that felt good and grounding and rooting. This practice of connecting with the earth has really helped me, especially in moments when I'm not feeling super strong just internally. It's helped to kind of pull it from external sources. So I hope that you're doing great. If you're not already, you can go down below and subscribe to my channel. That really supports me. And I will see you very soon in another class. Bye.